You're free now. Free to stream beyond your wildest dreams. Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Lindsay Aerts on KSL News Radio.
Good morning, KSL friends. This is Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show this morning. Welcome back. We've been doing this show for almost 4 years, and it's always good news on this show. I don't know. I have the best job ever doing the furniture and interior design stores, but I love doing the KSL radio show on Saturday mornings. Really look forward to it. Not only do we get to talk about what's going on in the country, but also specifically what is going on in Utah. And I always get to have the coolest guests on the show. And today is no exception. I've actually been looking forward to having you guys on for several months. We have Barry and Tami from Hamlet Homes on the show with us. Welcome, you guys.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Good to see
be
you.
here.
So Barry Gittleman, you are just the CEO, the president, and the owner of Hamlet Homes.
Yes, one of the owners.
Just one of them. So you guys are pretty big deal. And Tami, you are the VP of marketing and also an owner.
That's right.
You guys are incredible. So first and foremost, let's start with just a little intro about both of you. Maybe Barry, we'll start with you.
Sure. So I grew up in Southern California. The quick version is Naval Academy undergrad, submarine officer in the Navy. Then after business school, got into home building. 3 home builders before Hamlet, moved to Utah from Georgia in 2016. My partners and I bought Hamlet Homes from the founder in 2017, and we've been growing the company ever since, now building about 100 homes per year.
Only 100. That's pretty amazing here in Utah. How did you first get into home building? You know, Naval Academy, where did that transition happen?
So I had always had an interest in architecture, real estate, and home design as a kid, but as a Navy submarine officer, not really a lot of opportunity to engage in the real estate market. But after business school and a few years of consulting, a colleague recruited me over to Centex Homes, who was a big national publicly traded home builder at the time. It was 2006, right before the Great Recession, so the timing was terrible. But I learned a lot in those first 3 years in the home building industry, and then worked for a couple other home builders, helped one of them start up a new division, and then came out here to Utah to work with the Hamlet team.
That's incredible. Okay, so Tami, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tami Ostmark.
Yeah. So funny enough, I feel like I'm back home for a minute because I worked here at KSL for about 10 years as VP of marketing as well. And then left and went to Overstock for a few years before running their global business, and then decided I wanted to be in the country more than out of the country. So looked for something new, and that's when I landed at Hamlet Homes. So that was in 2016, I think. Yes. So, yeah.
Wow. And are you born and raised Utah?
Yeah, born and raised here.
All
And
right.
yeah, raised my family. Probably will never leave. I love Utah, and started my career in real estate way back in the day. Like, I think my first job out of school was at a real estate company, a local real estate company. So it's kind of fun to be back in that industry.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are incredible. Okay,
Thanks.
so Barry, I first met you at a Harvard real estate seminar.
Yes.
You were one of the panelists. You were one of the experts there. I was invited actually by a friend of mine. And of course, it was something I was so interested in. And you are so knowledgeable. It was awesome.
Thank you. That was a great group. We do have a good Harvard alumni group here in Utah in the Salt Lake City area. There were 4 of us on the real estate panel, and we spent a lot of time talking about challenges that our industry faces right now, including housing affordability, which I'm sure we'll talk about this morning, because that's a big issue nationally and locally, both.
No doubt about it. Okay, so let's talk about the other panelists that were also there with you. They're kind of some big deals. You have good company there, Barry.
Sure. Brandon Fugel was on the panel with me. Danny Woodbury was on the panel with me. And we really had a lot of good discussion from the audience. A lot of local Harvard alumni are very well connected in business here locally, but not necessarily in the real estate part of our industry. And so I think they all learned a lot as well about some of the challenges that our industry faces.
I think so. And I think Hamlet Homes, you are such a contributor of what's going on in the Utah market. How many subdivisions do you have right now?
I think it's 10 right now.
We do have 10 right now, including our Idaho properties. So.
Only 10.
Yeah.
I know. And they range from what price point to what price point?
About 450 up to about 2 million. I know. So we're kind of all over the map. Depends on the area. Down in the city, a little bit lower, and then up in Wasatch and Summit County, it gets a little bit higher.
Just a little higher.
Yeah, just a little higher.
So you're doing some work in Park City, Heber area right now, which is, a little more out of your comfort zone that you have traditionally done. How is that going?
It's been really good, and I would say our neighborhoods that are in Park City, Deer Valley, Heber are some of our top sellers the past year or two. Since the mortgage rate increases started in spring of 22, it's definitely impacted housing affordability. It's been harder for home buyers to qualify for a mortgage for the home that they want. And I think at the higher price point, there are a lot of home buyers who are paying cash for a home. So that part of the real estate market has not slowed down as much as other parts.
There are so many advantages for being an investor in the real estate industry. Hamlet Homes, you have how many employees now?
We're up to about 50 employees right now.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. And some of your subdivisions, we'll talk a little bit more about those later, but you've grown this business from the ground up since you purchased it from the original founder.
That's right. We bought the company from the founder in 2017. At that time, Hamlet was building about 50 homes a year, so we've pretty much doubled since that time. We have about 50 employees now, and it's big news for the company. We're pretty proud of the fact that for the first time in our company's 28-year history, we have expanded outside of Utah into the Idaho Falls market.
Wow. And I love the growth. I mean, this year alone, you did 5 model homes in different communities.
We sure did.
I bet you're exhausted.
We're
right?
exhausted. We opened 5 new model homes and 6 communities in the last 6 to 7 months. So that's not normal. Most home builders try to spread that out a little bit. But it was exciting. It's always fun and exciting to open a new model home in a new community. So, yeah. We've been busy.
For sure. And I think in real estate, it's always location, location, location. So the fact that you are very aggressively growing your business in communities where people want to be is huge.
That's right. We've got neighborhoods in the Salt Lake market as far west as Grantsville, as far east as Park City, Deer Valley, and Heber. And we've got a couple of neighborhoods down in Utah County as well.
What makes some of your subdivisions unique to maybe some of your competitors?
I think, especially our ones that are up in Wasatch and Summit County, we have a really unique one we just opened recently that was highlighted in the Park City Showcase just off the Jordanelle. That community, that location it's stunning. I get blown away every time I walk up there because you've got the lake on one side and the mountains on the other, and it's just beautiful. I think we pick really great areas where you can see yourself growing your family and having, these stunning views and enjoying Utah for what what it provides for us. So, yeah.
And they say that 90% of all millionaires made their money in real estate. So you guys are definitely in the right business. People that are buying homes from you, investors that are buying your homes to even lease out. I mean, what a great opportunity to grow Utah. You guys are giving back to our community. Really appreciate that. We have Tami Ostmark, who is the VP Marketing and one of the owners of Hamlet Homes, as well as Barry Gittleman, who is the CEO, the president, and also an owner of Hamlet Homes on the Real Estate Show with us today. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back into the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores. Welcome back. We've been doing this show for almost 4 years, and it's never boring. There's always something new and exciting to talk about every single week, and I get the opportunity to meet and rub shoulders with some of the coolest people in Utah, which, today is no exception. We have two owners of Hamlet Homes on with us today. We have Barry Gittleman. He is the CEO, president, and owner. And we have Tami Ostmark, who's VP of marketing and owner. So happy to have both of you. Thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having us.
This is so great. If you're just joining us, the previous segment was incredible. You don't want to miss that. So make sure you get back on KSL's website, get on the podcast. You can re-listen to that. Definitely information that is so valuable. And we're going to continue more with this conversation that we have. Barry, specifically, I met you at a Harvard Business School event just recently where you were on the panel and you specifically were talking about anything affordable housing related, which is kind of a hot topic.
It is. It's definitely a challenge both nationally and here in Utah. Housing affordability is a big issue. There are not easy solutions to the problem. Otherwise, most states would have figured it out by now. But there are definitely some strategies, which I'm sure we'll get into discussing, that are proven to work well. And the basic concept is that anyone who's taken an economics course understands supply and demand. And if there's not enough supply of any product, then prices are going to continue to increase faster than inflation. And that's what we as a nation are seeing in the housing industry.
No doubt about it. And Hamlet Homes is contributing to solving these issues. You have subdivisions at lots of different price points in varying cities across the state. Tami, take it away. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. We have a lot. We're, I think, for the first time in quite a while, in quite a few different counties. So we're in Utah County. We have two communities there right now. Lakeshore Landing, which just sits right off Utah Lake and has amazing views of the lake. I think we actually have some of the best lake lots. I'll be really biased on this show.
I'll agree with you on that, Tami.
Yeah, for sure. But really amazing homes there. They're in the 600s. We've got a model home down there that's beautiful. Let's go look at. But those homes are there. We've got a couple quick move-ins, and a lot of them are ready for you to build on lots that have the lake views. So they're stunning. Tayside Farm, which is in Pleasant Grove, one of my favorites, also has amazing views. We've got singles and towns there. Our most affordable product right now.
And you said those are around 400, 450? Wow.
Yeah. So you could take advantage of quite a few opportunities that the state even has for funding. And we've got incentives going there. So we encourage people to go look at that one too. We've got a beautiful decorated model home there. And then we've got Prestwick, which is in South Salt Lake. I actually live in Prestwick.
Nice.
A few of us owners do. We love our townhome product, which is incredible, and compared to our competitors, I think is one of the best. Those are in the high fours, so still really affordable product there. We've got quite a few quick move-ins there too, so if you're looking for something quickly. Then we move up to our Wasatch and Summit County, which are some of my favorite as well. Yeah. We've got Silver Creek, which are single families in Park City, just across the street from Promontory. So great location. And then Brookside, which is in Heber. Only a few left there. So I think we've got 4 or 5 available there that are all ready to move in. And those are great prices right now. So we're in the 9s, low millions there. And then our new one that I talked about before, Sage Hen, which we just opened up at the Jordanelle, part of the newly announced Deer Valley resort that they're building up there, part of the Mayflower. So beautiful homes up there. They're in the high millions, the high 1 million. So about 1.7 to 2 million is what you're looking at right now. And great product though, great for investors. And then, we've got a couple that we just opened in Idaho as well. So in Idaho Falls area, Elam Estates in Saddle Hill, which are selling really great right now. Those homes are beautiful. It's a great location in Iona and Ammon, in those cities there. And then we've got a couple more communities that we're opening very soon. So we'll have Worthington Ranch, which is in Grantsville, which Barry mentioned earlier. And am I missing any? I'm trying to think of
West
one
Valley,
more.
West Valley City.
That's right. We still have 2 neighborhoods in West Valley, which is Westonfield and Evans Park. And funny enough, those homes are they're great homes actually for multi-gen families, right? Because you have a separate entrance into the basement. So if you're looking for rental income, or you've got another family that you want to live with you, so that it can help pay those high mortgage rates today, which we're seeing.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So you're just a little busy.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on right now.
A lot going on.
That's right.
I'm always amazed. The Hamlet Homes just seems to be everywhere. You guys have all different price points, lots of different styles, really something for everyone. How do people find you?
You can go to our website. We're at hamlethomes.com. Pretty easy. You'll probably find most of the information that you need on our website right now, or social media. You can follow us on all socials at Hamlet Homes Utah.
So Barry, earlier you were checking your phone, and it looks like you just received an offer on one of your properties.
That's right. We did. We got one last night in our Brookside neighborhood up in Heber, and we got another one this morning right as we were getting ready to start in the same Brookside neighborhood in Heber.
That's incredible. Okay, so top 3 reasons why people choose Hamlet Homes.
The top 3 reasons from our customer surveys are location, our product, and our customer experience, which we focus on heavily. So
we also do a lot of market research, and we survey every one of our home buyers. So that's where that information comes from that Tami was talking about. We incorporate that into our house designs also. As Tami started to mention earlier, we have incorporated ADUs, which are accessory dwelling units. That's another way to address housing affordability. We've designed houses where the lots are large enough so there's a separate side entrance, a kitchenette, a full bedroom or more, and bath in the basement. And so you can rent out your basement as a whole separate housing unit.
More on affordable housing in the next segment. Stay tuned. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Lindsay Ayers on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back into the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores. I have to just say, I love this show so much. I love my job, but I really love the KSL Real Estate Show. As an interior designer and furniture store owner, I have the opportunity to go into homes all across Utah and even surrounding states. We do model homes and different things. And I'm always amazed at, teamwork makes the dream work. And Hamlet Homes is our guest on the show today. We have Barry Gittleman. He's the CEO, president, and owner of Hamlet Homes. Tami Ostmark is also here. She's an owner and VP of marketing of Hamlet. You guys, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you.
thank you.
You're incredible. If you've missed the previous 2 segments, you definitely want to check out the KSL website, check out the podcast section of the website, and re-listen to those. Tell your friends and family. Hamlet Homes, you guys are one of the industry's best home builders in the entire state of Utah, with subdivisions and communities all across the Wasatch Front in almost every price point, which is absolutely amazing. This segment, we get to talk a little bit about affordable housing. I know that's a hot topic here in Utah, and then, of course, across the nation. Barry, I met you at the Harvard Business School real estate panel, and that was specifically the topic. So
Right.
I know you're well prepared, you're educated on this subject. So kind of fill us in the best you can.
Sure. Housing affordability is a huge issue in our nation and here in the state of Utah. There aren't easy solutions to the problem, but there are definitely a lot of strategies that other states have tried that have been successful. And the general principle behind most of them is that just like you learn in economics class, supply and demand. If there's not enough supply of something, prices are going to keep going up. And we, as a state in Utah and specifically in the Wasatch Front, we know that we need more supply of housing. We've got people who are moving into our state every year. More people move in than move out. And that's for good reason. It's a great place to live. We've got so much outdoor recreation. We've got one of the best economies in the nation. The people here are friendly. There are lots of reasons why people want to live in Utah, and in-migration is going to continue to be positive unless we want to make this place a bad place to live, which none of us want to do that. So people are going to keep moving here, and they're going to need housing for their families.
Well, and I think we just need to stop talking about what an amazing place this is.
That's right.
Because the secret is out. How do you find a lot of your development, your subdivision properties that you want to develop? I know there are cities that are definitely friendly to development,
Sure.
others that are not.
Right. Most of the home builders and developers know which cities are friendly and which ones are not. But
we won't name any names.
we won't name names this morning. Generally, we somewhat ignore that because our job is to provide housing for people and families who want great housing. And so we're going to do our homework and our research, and we're going to figure out where people want to live, what they can afford to pay for a home, and that's how we're going to decide where we're going to buy new land and build new neighborhoods, regardless of whether the city is easy to work with or hard to work with.
So do you think that residential drives the commercial or that commercial drives the residential?
Very tied together. I think there are a lot of commercial businesses that count rooftops of houses before they're going to open a new store. But they are definitely related. It's not, you can't have one without the other.
I agree. Okay, so what are some of the incentives that Hamlet Homes specifically can offer to new home buyers?
Well, a lot of people are challenged by mortgage rates these days. And so we are offering some buyers to do rate buy downs. That's one of the biggest things we can do. The tricky part is that a lot of builders are doing what are called temporary rate buy downs. 2-1 buy down reduces your mortgage rate by 2% in the first year and 1% in the second year, but the home buyer still has a higher rate in year 3, and they have to qualify for the mortgage based on their income at that final highest rate. And we prefer, when we can do it and work at things out with the buyer, to do a permanent buy down so they know what their mortgage rate will be the whole time they live in that home.
So what are some things that the state of Utah is doing and innovating to help create a better environment for affordable housing?
Sure. As builders, developers, as state and local legislators, there are a lot of things that we can do. And we've already talked about how increasing supply is the number one thing we can do to help address housing affordability. Most of the land use authority decisions are made at city and county levels. And unfortunately, there are a lot of cities and counties, we'll leave names out, who are opposed to having more housing in their cities, or they're opposed to having more homes per acre in portions of their city. And we've been battling with one city recently who has approved us. When we bought the land, it was approved for 62 houses on 154 acres. And we were trying to get approval to build 30 or so more homes in exchange for donating land and amenities and trails and parks to the city. But they don't want any more homes than what's already approved. So that's limiting the supply, and it's harming housing affordability. There are also a lot of cities who are opposed to townhomes or attached housing. And I think there used to be a perception that people who live in townhomes are bad for our community. They're going to bring crime or poverty, and that's simply untrue. There are plenty of people who live in beautiful, high-quality townhomes, have good incomes, contribute to their community, and you can fit more of them per acre, which decreases the cost of the housing and makes things more affordable. So that's good for our communities.
For sure. Do you think the housing problem or affordability problem is because the owners of the land want too much and it's just not penciling for the developers?
No, I think that's part of the issue. But most people who own land are going to figure out what it's worth before they sell it. And what it's worth depends on how many homes you can build per acre on that land. So I think our challenge is more with cities and counties who are opposed to additional housing more than individuals who own the land.
Right. Well, I don't know about you, but I have a couple of kids. I have 4 kids. 2 of them are of the age that they can own homes. One of them does, and she was able to get in at a great price point. They're in Vineyard and actually rents out some of those rooms to other people who pay her entire mortgage, which is incredible. My second oldest daughter, I don't know how we're going to get her in because now the prices are up and interest rates are up. So it is an issue. It's affecting all of us. It's affecting all of us as investors and also trying to help our kids get into the market. So do you stay on the side and wait? Do you buy? I mean, just recently during the show, you received an offer. You received another one last night. People are still buying.
Yeah, I mean, all of my friends and family, we definitely encourage them not to wait because in the Great Recession from 2006 to 2012, home prices were coming down significantly. We had a housing bubble. There was an oversupply. And today's housing market is very different. And today, we don't have enough supply. There are people having a hard time qualifying, but I think it's a mistake to wait and hope that home prices are substantially lower next year. If you find a home in a neighborhood that you want to live in, go get that home today. If you don't love your mortgage rate, you can refinance in a year or two when there's a better opportunity.
I agree. And again, it just comes down to location and where you want to be. And I think just depending on what's going on in any market, there are great homes that are available. And I just love what you guys are doing, what you're contributing. You're educating home buyers and investors all across the state of where the best places are. You've done the research. You own land, unlike a lot of the builders in the state of Utah. You guys are innovative, you're aggressive, you're out there, and you're just creating these beautiful communities that people want to be.
We do take a lot of pride, our entire team, in the houses we design, the architecture, the landscaping of our neighborhoods. Even though we do battle sometimes with certain cities and counties to get new projects approved, we spend a lot of time showing them the quality of the past neighborhoods that we've built and how much our home buyers love living there. And that does go a long way to help getting cities to approve new projects.
So you are not the least expensive home on the market, but you're not the most expensive.
That's right.
Yeah, I think, we're not a custom builder. We are a production builder, but we do, we do take every ounce of feedback from our home buyers and from the community into when we're putting, features or products or options into our homes. And so we want to make it affordable for you, but also make it so that you're not going to our design studio and having to spend another $50,000 or $60,000 in upgrades. So yeah, we put a lot into our standard features to make sure that our home buyers are happy with our product, and we take pride in the quality of our homes. We love doing it, and we love putting people into homes where they're going to create all their future memories.
We also see a lot of great feedback from our customers that we incorporate into the details of the home. Even little things like whether the door swings in or out in a particular room, or does it swing left or right? Is it going to conflict with another door? Those details we put a ton of thought into making sure we get all of those little features right.
I agree. And really the difference is in the details. And Hamlet Homes is doing that perfectly here in the state of Utah. You're one of the best home builders in the entire state. So honored to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. More on the KSL Real Estate Show.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back into the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores. It's kind of cold outside this week. I'm just saying, you definitely want to warm up your home. We do have the beautiful fall decor out. The holidays are coming up. We have Halloween, then we have Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's time to make your house a home, and we do all of that at Osmond Designs. Also, it's not too late to schedule interior designers to come in and just rearrange your existing furniture, make some suggestions and recommendations on ways to improve your home for the holidays, as well as decorating for Christmas. I know, we're already there.
Oh my
Christmas
gosh.
is out, you guys, and it's already selling, which is even more alarming. Today we have Hamlet Homes on the show with us. Barry Gittleman, he is the CEO, president, and one of the owners of Hamlet Homes, as well as Tami Ostmark. She's an owner and also VP of marketing. We have loved having you guys on the show today. Thank you so much for contributing.
Thanks.
It's been fun.
It's been a blast.
Yeah.
We've talked about all of your cool subdivisions, what makes you guys different, maybe touched a little bit on the process of working with different cities. We specifically did not mention the names that are hard to work with. Those city mayors, we're coming for you. But, you know, there's a lot of work that is behind the scenes that people don't realize that helps Utah create its affordable housing. Before I forget, I need to give a shout out to Central Bank, who is one of the contributing sponsors of this KSL Real Estate Show. They are locally owned for 130 years, and they really invest in our communities and are such great supporters of our neighborhoods. They really provide all different kind of loans, you know, starter home loans, construction loans, investment HELOCs, anything and everything. So for all of those needs, definitely check out Central Bank. Okay, we just have a few minutes left. So let's talk about, you know, maybe two of your subdivisions, maybe low end and highest end.
Okay. Well,
Barry.
I'll take the high end
All right.
first. Sage Hen is our most expensive neighborhood. It is part of the massive Mayflower expansion right along Highway 40. If you haven't driven by that area recently, it is pretty amazing how much work has been done in the past 2 years. Those townhomes, luxury townhomes, have amazing views of the Jordanelle and Deer Valley Ski Resort. The recent announcement that Deer Valley is partnering with Mayflower to add about 3,700 acres to the already world-class ski resort is pretty amazing. And so we've sold a little over a fourth of those 41 townhomes already at around $2 million. And whether you're looking for a second home, a ski home, or an investment property, that's a great neighborhood.
I love it. Okay, Tami, tell us a little bit about another subdivision.
Yeah, I'm going to take what I think is our most affordable, and it's Tayside Farm in Pleasant Grove. And it's in a great location near Evermore Park, just off Pleasant Grove Boulevard. We have singles and towns there that are, I think, really affordable, especially for what you get in those. But they're around $450 starting. We have a couple quick move-ins right now that you could get into fairly quickly before the holidays, or you can, pre-builds and choose all of your designs and things like that. But it's a great location, and I think it's going to be great to raise your family in.
I didn't even know there were homes at that price point. $450,000.
I know. It's kind of unheard of right now. Yeah.
Good job, you guys. I love it. How do people find you? I know you have your website and social media.
Yep. You can stop by any of our model homes, of course, in all of the communities that we discussed earlier in the show. Our website's the best way to get there. It's hamlethomes.com. Very easy. And go follow us on social at Hamlet Homes Utah.
I love all of the varying products that you offer. You put more bells and whistles in every community at such aggressive price points that people can afford. The difference is in the details. You can make your house a home by just adding just the smallest little upgrades. And it really doesn't break the bank, which I really appreciate what you guys do. Hamlet Homes, if you have not heard of them, you must be living under a rock because they're everywhere in Utah. One of the all-time very best builders in the entire state of Utah. We've been so happy to have you on the show today and introduce you and reintroduce you and create brand awareness for your business. Barry Gittleman and Tami Ostmark, CEO, president, owner, VP of marketing. You guys are, all that. So cool. Yeah. And I'm just grateful to have you as friends and also get to know you a little bit better here on the show. Thanks again for being here. And thank you, KSL friends, for joining us today on the KSL Real Estate Show. We'll be back next week.
Hey guys, meet Salt Lake City's favorite men's health expert.
Hi, I'm Eric Ramos, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. I've been treating men suffering from low T and ED for over 5 years. Low T can impact your whole life, but so can proper treatment of it. And hearing that my patients are back to living life to the fullest, that's the best part of my job.
Contact Revive for a free T-check and exam today. Call 801-263-7777. That's 801-263-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.